Magnet television.
Magnet television.
Magnet television.
You're watching Magnet television because what else are you going to do?
Hi, this is Joey Burns. My favorite song is Con Toda Palabra by the artist Lhasa on her album The Living Road. It's an incredible song. It's got mood, ambience, great words, great melodies, and production. And unfortunately, she's passed away, and I miss her a lot. And she's one of my favorites. I hope you enjoy the song too. In 1996, the album The Buena Vista Social Club, the first album with producer Ry Cooder, changed my life. And I think it changed a lot of people's lives too around the world. It's so great to hear some of these artists that have been around for a long time, and some of those retired, to have a rebirth in a way, and to be given a new opportunity to play music and to share what they learned and to spread it around the world. Certainly the recording and the songs are just amazing. I had the good chance to go there with our friend Amparo Sanchez, together with some of her band and John Convertino, to record in Havana, in Old Havana, at EGREM Studios, where Buena Vista Social Club was recorded. And when we performed in that studio, and we heard the same piano being used that Ruben Gonzalez played, you could feel that same something in the air, you know. There was something there in Havana, in that studio. And I think one of the main reasons I also love that recording and that album is just the use of room sound. It's super important. And 1996 was a big year for me. I had just moved to Tucson, and friends of mine had turned me on to this album. And I'm so grateful because it really changed my life. In 1982, I attended Peter Gabriel's Security album tour with my brother, and it was just amazing. I love his music. I was still pretty young then, and I was really impressed from the beginning of the concert when Peter Gabriel and the band proceeded through the middle of the aisles from the back of the venue towards the stage and onto the stage with a percussion ensemble and basically just a drum line. And his theatrics, his music, all of the topics that he sings about are just incredible. One of my standout favorite tracks on that album is the song San Jacinto, Yellow Eagle Flies Down from the Sun. And seeing that song performed live was just incredible. It still is one of my favorite records, and there's a lot of favorites, right? But this one really stood out because of his use of turning an amphitheater into a theater, and really, like, you know, acting and wearing the clip-on microphones, and getting into each and every song was a different performance, and he's just one of my favorite all-time musicians and writers and performers. Okay. In the early 90s, I was on tour with Giant Sand. We were playing in Amsterdam at the Melkweg, and Hal and I went upstairs to get some space cake, and we ate some. And mine started kicking in halfway through our set that night, and I totally just went somewhere else, and I barely remember what happened. I think we made it through the show. I'm sure everyone in the band and the crowd knew something was up, but it was definitely embarrassing. And fortunately, I had two of my cousins, Kai and Kroom, with me, who were teaching English in Warsaw, Poland, and they came to hang out, and they hung out with me all night. And we had a great time. But wow, I mean, it was just too much, I guess, you know. And I've only done that a few times, and I'm glad I made it through. And there's so many embarrassing moments, right? So which one are you going to choose? I'll start with that one. The other one would be, you know, when you're in fifth grade you're a drummer, you're setting up, and you're playing the show. It's one of your first performances, and what happens? Your snare drum falls over. Yeah, so there's two for you. This is Joey Burns, and you're watching Magnet Television.
Cine.